Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently working on balancing our economy for having our military online. We're not there yet, obviously. We're at negative 30k right now. Mexico has begun to embargo us. Good for them. Good for Mexico. We deserve that, to be honest. We do. A matter of security, huh? So, minus 10% enactment chance or minus 5% bureaucracy. I think this is actually fine, even though we are almost negative in bureaucracy right now, because we have all of these government administrations finishing soon. So that's okay. We do have some unrealized taxes. That hurts. Most of this is due to our lack of bureaucracy from tax waste, right? Oh yeah, that's all of it. That's okay. Completely and totally fine. I'm not concerned about that one. So, we're finishing up our government administrations as our current priority. And then we need to deal... Okay, this trade route is inactive. Yes, that makes sense. We have a dye input goods shortage. Let's see. We're not a producer of dye. At all. Period. It's produced in synthetics plants, which we don't have access to yet, I believe. Correct? Correct. So we have to trade for it. So we're going to trade from the Russian market and the French market and the Austrian market. There we go. We'll get some dyes in that way. This revolution is not a concern. A matter of security again, huh? Minus 5% bureaucracy again? That really hurts, actually. That hurts a lot. So our government administrations are going to be done in about a month. That's the good sign here. Unfortunate that that came up twice in a row, but we are up to about a 50% chance now. 2 weeks until our government administrations are done. Explosives are currently expensive, as are glass and tools. But I think overall we're reasonably fine here. So, our government administration's finished. This number should start dramatically increasing. 59.1, that's looking better. I do want to check in... Wait, we can make a dye plantation. We just got guaranteed liberties, that's nice. But we can make a dye plantation. And we should certainly do that in Rio Grande. Absolutely. That would be really nice. So we're now positive in our bureaucracy, and yeah, this is looking much better. Cool. Workplace Safety Office just bumped up. So that'll increase our population. I do want to go into our institutions here. And let's see, that was Home Affairs that opened up. I don't think we need to move up here, but we definitely move up on our health system to reduce mortality. That is absolutely important. We are still budgeting a bureaucratic shortfall right now, or rather projecting one. And that, of course, means that we should continue to expand our government administrations. I'm going to go up by another 3. There we go. But they're low priority. We're going to get these other things finished up first. Beautiful. So we've got 31 weeks in our construction queue here. That looks fine. And our standard of living has come up dramatically. I love it. I was hoping that this population growth would have come up a little bit further than 1.48, but it seems reasonable to me. So that looks mostly good. Mostly good. The question is, are we going to have the slavery debate solved this episode? I don't know. We'll see. We still need to bring up our military wages, right? So we need to change our income by about 50k before we're really ready to attack Mexico again. Noted. We cannot build additional barracks. That's fine. And all of this construction is proceeding nicely. Our GDP is really starting to come up. How are we doing on those government administrations? Where are they? We should probably move them up, to be honest. We're going to go negative in our bureaucracy fairly soon here. Granted, a large amount of that is due to our 10% reduction. How much longer will that 10% reduction be? Is that until that passed? No, I think that malice is ongoing. Modifiers. Okay. So, minus 5% bureaucracy for 21 months and 12 months. Cool. So that's not too bad. Just a couple of years on those until they're completely gone. And we should be fine on that front with these additional 3 government administrations. I think that'll be fine. Cool. So we are up to 19.1k in terms of our income. That looks good. We can get additional authority if we wanted to. A donation of knowledge. Yes, get us that university. Beautiful. Explosives and tools are currently expensive. Explosives aren't being really worked on, are they? Indeed not. We do have some livestock ranches. I just want to go through and make sure we have some of each of these. Okay, I'm going to build 1 rice farm in each of these locations. We've got some wheat farms. We've got some cotton plantations. We're building a dye plantation. We've got some sugar plantations, and we've got some tobacco plantations. I mostly just want to make sure that they're allowed to auto-expand, right? Ooh, more gold mines in Nevada. That's actually a big deal. Iron mines, lead mines, sulfur mines, we have some of all of those. Logging camps, fishing wharves, and whaling stations. Okay, cool. So that's looking fine for the moment. Improved fertilizer has now been unlocked. So that's going to mean that we have a lot larger demand for fertilizer. Okay, so we're going to go through all of these and do fertilizers. Rice farms should auto-expand. We want to be on harvesting tools and fig orchards. There we go. Fertilizers. Livestock ranches will be fine for the moment. Now, we needed to go into dye plantations and go to rail transportation. There we go. That looks good. And there was one in here as well. Motor industries can't be moved down yet, but chemical plants, we wanted to go to improved fertilizers. Okay. So we're definitely going to need more fertilizer, right? We're running a dye input goods shortage. That's to be expected. This dye plantation should be brought up in terms of its priority. There we go. We're almost positive financially. That's huge. I love it. We're still going to need to bring this up by another 30k, but it's a very, very good sign. These government administrations will be done in 3 weeks. Gold is depleted in Arizona. Sure. That is definitely unfortunate. Okay. So these dye plantations are going to need to be further expanded. I'm going to actually max this out, but I'm going to do that as a low priority. So after everything else here is done, we're going to get all of those dye plantations done. Cool. The gold mines in Nevada will wrap up. Education investment has increased. Sure. That's always good. And monitor has been unlocked. Okay, cool. We're probably not going to do too much navally. I always ignore my navy in every game. Our GDP is improving dramatically. I love it. We're still projecting a bureaucratic shortfall. But how realistic is that really? I mean, we are working up our institutions. We're going to keep working up our education here. We're not going to work up our colonial affairs. I wouldn't mind working up our home affairs, but it's also not super necessary. Additional bureaucracy required. Okay, so we should definitely consider building additional government administrations. We're going to build those 2, and then 5 more after the dye plantations. Cool. So that'll all be fine. Currently expensive. Tools. Explosives. So chemical plants are definitely going to be a fairly high priority. We should consider building several additional chemical plants. 2 in Ohio and 1 more in Indiana. There we go. That'll do for now. Cool. So that's all underway. We're positive now financially, and we're positive enough that we can bring our military wages up to here. What I want to do, though, is bring it up to here, and we'll run this deficit for the time being. Eventually, we're going to want to bring our government wages up to here as well. So this is what we want to balance for. Russia just declared us their rival. Cool. But economically, we are in a very good position here. Yes, we're negative right now. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. So that's fine. We're going to get all of this finished up, and as these finish, the dye plantations are probably going to be a little much, but as this all finishes, it should be fine. Cool. So we should start to see this come back up. Oh, we just hit number 3 in the world. I love it. Technically, we're number 4, but China is, as usual, unrecognized. Gold has been discovered in Alaska. No surprises there. Cool. So we have 19 million population now, growing at 1.57%. That's solid. We're definitely going to get that higher, and I do want to attack Mexico at some point soon. I don't think we do it right now. I think we wait until our economy is balanced around this point. So getting these chemical plants done, and getting some tooling workshops eventually finished up, as well as additional government administrations, will be useful. The dye plantations are mostly just to make it so that we're not importing dye, right? That's the primary goal there. So if we go into our market, we're running 6 routes to import dye right now. We're going to get rid of all of those. I don't know why it went down over here. Oh, this keeps closing on me. That's obnoxious. Okay, where is it? Where are you at, dye? There we go. We'll get rid of all of those. Now we're running a dye input goods shortage. However, we're building all of these dye plantations in Rio Grande. It should be fine. What is our... Okay, we have basically no unemployment here. But we are getting people employed in the dye plantations, so that's good. We are outputting a decent amount of dyes. Low market access in Rio Grande. This is not something that we consider surprising. So we'll get that built, and I do want to hop into our buildings here, make sure everything is set to auto-expand that can be. Workplace safety just came up. I like it. Let's see, dye plantations can't expand, gold fields can't expand. That's to be expected. And railways should be automatic expanding. Cool. So these government administrations will be finishing up soon enough, right? We want to continue to work on our institutions. For now, we can't bring them up any further. But that does put us up to 1.71. That's looking really solid for our population. Really solid indeed. So that's all of our dye plantations built down here. That is maxed out. We're not going to get more. So we're going to be looking to drive demand here. This is the number 2 most productive dye plantation in the world now. We're still running a dye input goods shortage, but a lot of this problem is our market access in Rio Grande. That definitely needs to be brought up, right? All play and no work, huh? Fire him. Beautiful. Okay, so our constructions are proceeding. We have all of those dye plantations complete. And that looks solid. That looks really, really good. We do need to solve this financial issue. A lot of that is due to our dye input goods shortage, which is itself due to this railway not existing, right? We need to bring this up a little bit. And yeah, just this one railway should do the trick. Cool. So we're finishing up more government administrations. We've got a good amount of bureaucracy now. So I'd like to look into our institutions. Here we can bring up our health system. We can't quite go to here, but we can go up to level 4, dropping our mortality dramatically. And I wouldn't mind going up to level 5 home affairs as well. Let's do it. Getting those institutions up is going to be very beneficial for us. I mean, we're already reaping the benefits. That's for sure. Our loyalist number is high. Our radical number is low. That looks fantastic. Enacting cultural exclusion, huh? Would that be better for us than racial segregation? if we had a large minority population. But if we did that, then I'd just go down to multiculturalism. And we don't. So I'm not sure it's worthwhile doing that right now. Now, we are at negative 81k at this moment. Socialism was just unlocked. Cool. Does that mean that we can move up our workplace safety office? Indeed it does. So we're going to definitely do that, reducing all of our workplace safety issues by 100%. So we're basically maxed on all of the institutions we want to be, except healthcare. Now, our main problem is financial at this point. So we're going to go ahead and drop our military budget here and our government budget until we're back to being positive. We just don't want to be running that big deficit and building up credit, right? That's what we don't want right now. So we're going to cut that until we can support it. Education investment is coming up, and down over this way, I want to check in. Okay, 29 of 25. But this railway is probably just lacking employment, right? Yes. That is indeed what it's lacking. So market access in Rio Grande is going to continue to improve. Yep, now it's up to 100%. Beautiful. So that should mean that our dye plantations here are actually getting to the market. And we no longer... Actually, we are still running an input goods shortage. We're only selling 185 right now. Yeah, that's what we're producing. We need more people here in Rio Grande is what we really, really need. So, hypothetically, what is the current migration attraction? Medium. Okay, noted. That's fine for now. So we're positive financially. We're working on that dye input goods shortage. I suppose we could redo our import route here. Just from the British market is probably enough. So we'll bring that in via imports. Low market access in New York. Are we already building a railway there? No. We'll go ahead and queue that. Cool. Okay. So a lot of this is raw resources, right? That's for sure. Tools and glass are expensive. Are we expanding any glassworks yet? No. We're expanding one tooling workshop. Okay. That's fine. I wouldn't mind expanding our glassworks. Something like that. That's going to be a lot, right? That's a lot of glassworks that's going to be underway. But that's okay. Getting that glass cost down is going to reduce our construction cost by quite a lot. Tools are in a similar category. I would like to reduce tooling costs. This railway should be high priority. There we go. So in terms of tools, what do we want to get done? Well, we can go in New York up to 4. I'm low prioritizing that one. Is there any other tooling workshops? Not currently. We may want to start thinking about another workshop somewhere. But for now, we'll hold off on it. Okay. And actually, these tooling workshops, I'm going to go ahead and move up in terms of priority. There we go. Something like this. That looks good. We're up to 30k in terms of our income now. Have we paid off our debt yet? No. So I'm not going to turn those up just yet. A land of plenty, huh? Momentum to the People's Party. Now, we are in the People's Party. So, yeah. Go ahead and add that momentum. Still minus 26%, but it's still looking very good in terms of this election. The Whig Party is not doing well, but they have a lot of momentum. So that's definitely interesting. We're down to position 5, but that's because we are tanking our prestige very deliberately. And that's looking good. So all of these glass works are going to be done in, looks like 29 weeks. Noted. We're probably going to need more railways somewhere. And how are we doing on filling out our dye works jobs? Yeah, we just need people here. That's to be expected. So we're currently growing at about 1.7% annually. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we're working up our workplace safety office, as well as our health system and our home affairs. Everything else is where we want it to be. We're not working on colonial affairs very deliberately. Although I'm interested in seeing if maybe we have to, like, annex the Oklahoma territory in order to make this happen. I don't know. We'll see. For now, they're our vassal, and there's not a lot we can do about that. Is that something in our journal? The Oregon border dispute. Indeed. We need the American Western frontier to be mapped. How do we do that? I'm not sure how we do that one. The first transcontinental railway. Okay, so we need to take over Utah. That's expected. We're definitely going to do that. And maybe we need to take over Utah anyway for this to be mapped. I'm not sure. Okay, so the People's Party wins with 80.5% of the vote. We have a righteous government at 100, so we're fine. No problems there whatsoever. So at plus 35k here, all of those glassworks are finishing, or some of the glassworks anyway, are finishing up. Gold was depleted in Nevada. That's to be expected. So now only tools are expensive. Glassworks are no longer expensive. And the only thing we're lacking now, pretty much, is dyes. Radicals from discrimination, huh? I guess that's fine. And of course, we've got these gold fields depleted out over here. So how are we doing on those dye plantations? Yeah, we just need people here. Like, we're making a lot of money off of these dyes. But I feel like we need to import more. Import all of the dyes. Okay, one of these is actually not good. And that was this one. It's unproductive. We get rid of that. We're going to work on that. Inefficient agriculture. Okay, home affairs came up. 25% migration attraction. I like it. So we're projecting a bureaucratic shortfall right now, but I believe that's due to our trade routes. Yeah, that's due to our trade routes. And some of those trade routes will hopefully become unnecessary later. Okay, rubber mastication has been unlocked. Cool. So that unlocks rubber plantations. Can we actually get any? No. Noted. So that's fine. We do want to start thinking, now that we're out of debt, we want to start thinking about bringing our government wages back up. Or our military wages. Either's going to be about 40k. Raising concerns, huh? It needs to be addressed. Cool. So what's currently expensive? Tools. Well, we are building tooling workshops, and there's our workplace safety office going up. I like it. So these are going to be done now. There's those tooling workshops finishing. Beautiful. So tooling workshops are fully employed already. Cool. And we're still running that dye input goods shortage. There's no import route of dyes that we can do. So we have the maximum amount of dyes that we can until these dye plantations get maxed out. And that'll just take time. This is the #1 dye plantation in the world. Okay. So 1.83 is now our pop growth. That's really good. We're targeting 2%, which is going to be incredible. Tools are still considered expensive. So we could definitely continue to expand our tooling workshops. And let's go ahead and do so. There we go. So it'll take some time to work our way through the auto-queued stuff before we get to that. We maybe should go ahead and bump these up to the top. There is a tooling workshop in here as well that is actually underway, but we'll just do something like that. Cool. So all of these tooling workshops will finish up. We're at 62k. So we can definitely raise up our military budget. I'd like to get our government wages to here. I don't think there's any point in increasing it further. Enlistment offices have been unlocked, giving us plus 20% conscriptable battalions. That's very, very good. Very, very good indeed. Cool. So our tooling workshops are 18 weeks out from finishing. Gold has been discovered in Arizona. Can we build gold mines, sir? Yes, we can. And we can build more in Nevada. Those are all of extraordinarily high importance. So we'll get that built primarily for the minting. We're making a lot of money off of minting. So that's good. We're currently working on international exchange standards to continue to work on that minting. Okay. 13 weeks. So I think once all of those are done, we're going to be completely fine to sit at our target points, which is here. Yeah, we're definitely going to be fine to sit here. Cool. Laissez-faire is currently available. Do we want to do laissez-faire? We're on interventionism right now. I don't think we have that many aristocrats, do we? Let's see. In our profession here, how many capitalists do we have? 2.25% versus aristocrats, 1.26%. Okay. So, in theory, laissez-faire will increase the capitalist investment pool contribution by a lot. And reduce loan interest rate. But we're going to be a lot less free to pull from the investment pool. Manufacturing, mines, forestries, rubber plantations, oil extractors, infrastructure, whaling, and fisheries. Whereas right now, we can do agriculture, plantations, ranches, manufacturing industries, mines, forestries, rubber plantations, whaling, fisheries, oil extractors, and infrastructure. That's a lot more, right? So I don't know that we actually do this. It doesn't have a lot of support either. I think we hold off on it. We're running an input goods shortage of engines right now, which was slightly unexpected. We should certainly bump up our engine production. There's no doubt about that. And that does become a high priority. So we'll move all of those up. Our gold mines are going to be done shortly. And that'll definitely put us positive financially. So I'm not concerned about that. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, I think we're going to go after Mexico again. We're basically ready. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Spartan News, Unisil, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.